Welcome back, everybody. Ready for another deep dive?
Let's do it.
All right, today we're taking on the blue jay.
Ooh, good one.
We found a fantastic video from Leslie the Bird Nerd to get us started.
Leslie, she's great.
And I'm telling you, this deep dive might surprise you.
Ooh, how so?
These birds, they're more than just, flashy backyard visitors.
Yeah, you're right about that.
There's a lot more to them than meets the eye.
Absolutely.
I mean, even way back when, early colonists were impressed by blue jays.
Really? I guess that makes sense.
You'd think they'd be too busy, building a new world to be noticing birds.
Right, survival and all that.
But they were totally captivated.
Ah, that's interesting.
Like John Lawson, back in 1709, called them more beautiful than any birds he'd seen in Europe.
Wow, high praise coming from a European.
And it wasn't just him. In the 1700s, people were saying their beauty was unmatched.
Unmatched, wow.
Then, in the 1930s, Thomas Roberts called them the most radiant of our feathered tribe.
So, centuries of admiration.
Exactly, which makes me wonder, why aren't they a state bird somewhere?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, robins have 3 states, cardinals have 7.
Even the goldfinch gets a few, right?
Exactly. But the blue jay, nothing.
They are the provincial bird of Prince Edward Island, though.
Okay, so Canada's got them covered.
Yeah, something like that.
But come on, USA, give the blue jay some love.
Maybe their reputation is holding them back.
Yeah, that's true.
The whole bully thing.
Exactly.
But before we get into that,
Right.
their yearly cycle is pretty interesting.
Okay, tell me more.
They actually get pretty quiet for part of the year.
Wait, really? I see them all year round.
Yeah, but they're much quieter in the spring and summer.
Oh, during nesting season.
Exactly. They get super secretive.
Huh. I guess I just haven't noticed.
Then, when fall comes around, it's like a switch flips.
That's when they get loud.
They're gathering food, establishing their pecking order.
Plus, there's hawks migrating, right?
Yeah, the jays are warning each other.
Like a whole drama unfolding up in the trees.
Pretty much. And then winter hits.
And it's back to being quiet.
Exactly, just quick trips for food.
Makes sense.
Now, here's something many people don't know.
Okay, hit me.
Male and female blue jays look identical.
Wait, really? With most birds, you can tell them apart.
Right, the males are usually flashier.
To attract the females.
Exactly. It's called sexual dimorphism.
But blue jays, they keep it even.
It's true.
Yeah.
Makes it a little harder for us to track them.
Huh. Interesting.
So they're vocal, but they're also kind of hiding in plain sight.
Plus, they have another way to communicate.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me about it.
It's their crest, that crown of feathers.
Ah, the crest. What about it?
It always seems to be doing something different.
It's like a mood ring.
Really?
A low crest means they're relaxed.
Oh.
High crest, they're agitated.
So if you see a high crest,
Give them some space.
so they've got calls and this secret visual code.
Pretty impressive, right?
Blue jays, way more sophisticated than we give them credit for. I think you're right about that.
All right, we have to talk about it.
What's that?
The blue jay's reputation.
Ah, you mean as bullies.
Exactly.
It's definitely a common perception.
They're big. They're loud.
And they don't seem afraid to chase other birds off.
But Leslie mentioned a study in Florida.
Oh, the one observing bird feeders?
Yeah. What did they find?
Well, it turns out blue jays weren't always the top birds.
Really?
Other birds would sometimes outcompete them for food.
Like, whoa.
Woodpeckers, even squirrels sometimes.
No way.
And get this, even cardinals.
Cardinals, those little red birds?
Yeah, they held their own against the blue jay.
Wow, I would have never guessed that.
It seems they can be pretty assertive.
Huh. So what about the smaller birds?
The study did show them scattering when a blue jay showed up, but they usually came back pretty quickly.
So maybe it's not really bullying.
More like a temporary displacement.
Like, the other birds know the blue jay won't stay long.
Exactly. They're being
Yeah.
strategic.
It's not just mindless aggression.
It really challenges that bully stereotype.
Okay, so blue jays, they're smart, they're communicative.
And maybe more strategic than we thought.
What about their lifespan, though?
Well, the average is about 7 years.
That's pretty good for a wild bird, right?
It is, but many live much longer.
Oh, really? How long?
10, 15 years, even more.
Wow, so there are some real blue jay elders out there.
Absolutely. There's even one banded in 1989 and found again in 2016.
So it lived for...
Almost 27 years.
27 years. That's amazing.
It makes you wonder what all that bird saw in its lifetime.
Yeah, talk about resilience.
And speaking of resilience, let's talk about their family.
Their family.
Yeah, blue jays belong to the corvid family.
Corvids, that's crows and
Uh,
ravens, right?
Exactly.
I've always heard they're super intelligent.
You've heard right.
So blue jays are part of this brainy bird group.
That's right. And here's another cool fact.
Lay it on me.
Fossil remains of corvids have been found dating back 25 million years.
25 million years, wow. That's a long family history.
Maybe that's part of why they're so intelligent.
All that time to evolve and adapt.
It's an interesting thought.
Okay, I'm adding evolutionary wonder to the Blue Jays resume.
They've got beauty, intelligence, resilience. What else?
It's amazing, right?
It is, yeah.
The more we learn about blue jays, the more interesting they get.
I know. It's like they just keep getting cooler.
I'm seeing them in a whole new light.
Me too. It's a good reminder, you know?
About how...
Even common birds can have hidden depths.
Yeah, you never know.
Always something new to discover.
What stands out to you like the biggest takeaway from this?
Good question.
Yeah.
For me, it's their intelligence and how they adapt, you know?
Yeah.
It's not just instinct. Like, they're thinking
Yeah, strategizing.
and communicating
Yeah.
in ways we're still figuring out.
Pretty incredible.
It is.
You know what's funny, though?
It's
I'm still a little bummed they're not a state bird.
I get it, but maybe that's part of their charm.
You think so?
Yeah. Like, they're too cool for state bird status.
Like they don't need the recognition.
Exactly. They're content to be the underdog.
The complex character.
Yeah. For the 27-year lifespan, like we talked about.
Right. 27 years.
Speaking of complex characters, what about their reputation?
As bullies.
Yeah. Do you still think of them that way?
Honestly, it's changed.
Really? How so?
I mean, they definitely assertive, but there's a reason for it.
Strategy, adaptation.
Exactly.
Maybe they just need a rebrand.
Like instead of bully, we call them...
The assertive ambassadors.
I like that.
Ambassadors of the avian world.
Assertive ambassadors making their presence known.
But still, subtle, complex.
So much more than meets the eye.
Exactly.
It really goes to show there's always more to the story.
Even with creatures we think we know.
So next time you see a blue jay, really take a moment to watch their behavior, communication.
Intelligence.
You never know what secrets you might discover.
And who knows, maybe someday we'll do a deep dive on
The whole corvid family.
crows, ravens.
You're the brainy bunch.
That'd be fun.
Until then, everyone, keep exploring and stay curious.